Good morning, everyone. It's time for today's episode of the Daily Stand-Up. Without any further ado, let's get started. Happy Thanksgiving. What a time and what a life. And you know, one of the things that I promised myself is that I wasn't going to let this day get the best of me. I wasn't going to let it upset me because there's been so many things going on. There's been so many things going on in the world around us. There's been so many problems and so many issues and so many topics and so many things that are preventing us from really celebrating the things that we're grateful for. And I wanted to reserve today, this Thanksgiving Day here in the United States, to express gratitude for the things and the people and most importantly, just the things that I'm grateful for, right? So coming right out of the gate, I am grateful for my family. You know, if you don't know me well, you haven't heard me talk about my beautiful wife and how much I love her and how she's the rock. She's everything to me. She is the rock that I stand upon, and she is just such a fantastic and amazing mother and an amazing wife. And, you know, I hit the jackpot, guys. There's nothing else about it. And I'm so grateful for her and for her diligence and for the way that she raises our children and for the things that she does. Coming in a close second is my oldest daughter. You know, she is such a sweetheart, and her heart is so kind, and she's so loving, and she's so gentle, and she always wants to take care of people and take care of animals, and it just amazes me how her heart can have such endless love. It's just so far from where I am. I respect her, I admire her, and I look up to her so much for that. My oldest son, he is funny, he is witty. He is by far one of the coolest dudes I've come in contact with. He loves to give back. He loves to do things for others. But, you know, sometimes he gets frustrated, and that's understandable. But he just has this great way about him to help people any way that he can. And he's always a helpful guy. And I think that he takes on burdens for other people unnecessarily, but I also see that it strengthens him and makes him a better person. And I can just see the man that he's growing up to be. And I couldn't be any more proud. Then there's my youngest son. Let me tell you something. This one, he's the champion, right? He has so much potential and so many things going on. And in his life, he always tries to look for the better part. And that's something that I can't really say about all the rest of my kids. He blocks out time to find a better way and to find the right way and to really expound on the things that he knows. And he's intelligent and he figures things out and he's a great problem solver. You know, I always joke and say one day he's going to take over this company and call it Agile Sun. That totally wouldn't surprise me, right? He's just that kind of guy. And it's one of those things where, you know, I can have a proud dad moment, right? Of course, there's my youngest daughter. You know, I often refer to her as Rapunzel the Singing Farmer because that's probably how she'd want me to refer to her. But she is just a fantastic, loving, heartfelt little girl. Let me tell you, she is so in tune with people's feelings. It's one of those things where if you need a hug, she knows it. If you need someone to be there, she knows it. Now, the good news is she's hypersensitive. The bad news is also she's hypersensitive. And I think that sometimes she overreacts to certain things, but overall I think that she's just the most sweet, loving, caring little girl that, you know, I've ever met. And she really goes out of her way to do things to help others be happy and to help others recognize the things that they could be doing better in their lives. She's always the first one to lift us up, whether it's something spiritual or something that she says. She's always that person who looks out for us and tries to push us forward. I want to thank my parents. You know, I couldn't be more grateful that I had an opportunity to spend time with both of my parents. My parents were divorced when I was very young, but I've had an opportunity to spend time with both. And what I can tell you is I've learned something from each one of them. You know, my dad, while he comes from a military background, has taught me to be a good man, to be a person who's upstanding, to stand up for what I believe in, to stand tall, and to do the things that are necessary to help empower others. My mom, on the other hand, has taught me that I need to be gentle and that I need to figure things out and that I need to think before I speak. And, you know, there's so many other things that I've learned. But what I can tell you is I've been fortunate enough to be surrounded by an amazing family, but I also have lots of people who are in my life who are mentors, whether it comes from the Agile community, whether it comes from my spiritual community, my church. There's so many positive things that are happening right now. And I think that in this time when people are looking at the glass half full, at this time when people are looking at the world as a less than desirable place, I hear so many people saying, I wish 2020 would end, or when's 2021, or is this ever going to be over? In a way, I'm happy that it's helping us all grow. And I think that it's helping us all figure out who we are, and it's helping us grow, and it's helping us change our direction. And, I had a really positive experience last week. On Friday of last week, I took my son to get his driver's license here in Florida. And when I took him to get it, I was in the back of my mind a little worried, but confident that he was going to come through and that everything was going to be fine. But when the instructor came in, the tester, the instructor, they came in and they stopped and they told me, they said, your son is a really good driver. And I said to myself, and I said out loud, yeah, he's a great kid too. And I think that sometimes we don't take the opportunities to really express what we're grateful for. I'm grateful to have a beautiful home. I'm grateful to have a wonderful job. And I think the most important thing that I'm grateful for is I'm grateful for the opportunity that I have to educate and teach and spend time with each one of you. I really do thrive and do better when I'm helping other people. And I look at this opportunity with the Daily Stand-Up Podcast as an incredible, amazing opportunity. We are almost 160 episodes in, and I couldn't be more proud when I see the number of people who subscribe and all the positive feedback. I do want to invite you to invite your friends and family to subscribe. There's so much positive energy here, and I really think it's something that everyone could benefit from. I don't want to keep you any longer because I know you probably have turkey waiting if you're here in the U.S., so happy Thanksgiving. Be grateful. Show gratitude. Show love. Take off those blinders and find a way to express how grateful you are for something today. And find that one person that you haven't said I love you enough to, and make sure you do that too. Thanks again for being here, and thanks for being part of the Agile Dad family. Until next time, stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile. Happy Thanksgiving, my friends.